Inspired by Love is a podcast hosted by Rachelle Love, dedicated to promoting inspiration, hope, and giving a healthy dose of God's love for every aspect of life. Rachelle is a seasoned inspirational enthusiast who uses witty commentary and biblical truths for real-life solutions, offers business strategies, health and wealth tips, and self-love care. Unlock the power tools to dig deeper, discover your untapped potential, and live your best extraordinary life. Here's your host, Rachelle Love.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in live. We are bringing special guests from IML Academy. Our special guest is DeAnna DuPree. She is a platinum leader with IML, also my friend and mentor. Also, we have the lovely Ashley Sam, who is a Platinum 2000 leader. I am so happy to welcome you both to the show today.
Thank you so much for having us. Super excited.
Thank you so much. I'm also blessed to be here, highly favored.
Absolutely. Amen and amen. It's Sunday. We're going to give God the glory and all the praise. Mm-hmm. So let's just jump right into it. Ladies, can you tell me what is Forex? You want to take it, DeAnna?
Forex is short for foreign exchange. It's simply the foreign exchange market. It's a global market. It's the largest market in the entire world. It moves about $7 trillion a day. And for those, just for layman terms, we are exchanging currencies. So if you think about a currency, Japanese yen, the US dollar, the Great British pound, through an app, through a digital network, we're able to exchange currencies on an app. And it's literally simple. I know it sounds like it's foreign language because you don't understand it, but we're going to walk you through it today. But It's literally that simple. It's an incredible market that we're all excelling in and winning in, and we have access to as retail traders.
Well, Miss Ashley, I know you have a unique story in Forex. Can you share, first of all, tell us your age, because that is just mind-blowing to hear.
Right? And she's my mentor.
Thank you so much. I'm actually 23 years old. I just turned 23 this year. And yeah, you know, the foreign exchange market, it's something lucrative. And I really wish that it was open. Basically, more people in this world knew about it, right? Because only 3% of the world know about it. The extra 97% are still blind to it. And the reason I joined it was because, my back was against the wall. I was going through college, of course. I went to Howard. Howard is the HBCU in Washington, D.C. If you guys do know, their tuition is out of this world. But I was going through college, and, I'm a college student that I take out loans. I'm one of those students that, FAFSA supports, but my mom makes too much for me to get actual money and too less for her to pay out of pocket, right? You think about the school education system, how it sets up. So I was actually my back against the wall. I couldn't get into my senior year. I was exposed to this opportunity, and I'm a religious woman. I believe that, when a sign is put in front of you, especially when you're down on your dumps, to take advantage of that sign. So I got started in this business, and I thought it was something other than what it was. At first I thought I was just going to come into this business and make money for me to be able to go and finish college, and it ended up being a world changer for me. Ended up opening my eyes to a financial network, social mindset growth. It allows me to talk the way I talk. It allows me to walk the way I walk, to have the confidence I have today, to allow me to impact others while making an income. So that's why I got started. Something like this, it's such a blessing. I'm so happy and grateful for you to be doing something like this, because it is important that we plant the seeds in everybody and where we can for people to hear this information, especially students or young individuals like myself, where we are trying to make a living for ourselves. So that's why I do it. And, that's just one of the reasons why.
Well,
incredible.
That is super duper exciting. I am so proud to have you as upline. And I listened to your calls, and basically I just went through a 21-day detox. So it gave me an ability to do a reset. Mind, body and soul. And so basically now I'm in a position, God has placed me in a position to win. I was already a winner, but I just didn't know it was already in me. All the tools that I have are already placed in me by him. So Ashley and DeAnna, both, can you share how long have you been in IML and how has it changed your life? What strategies are you using that there was an aha moment?
I've been trading for 6 months now. Can't believe it's been 6 months. And my, the strategy that I'm using is I'm duplicating. I'm watching Ashley. I'm doing what she says to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Duplication works. And don't try to create. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. And for those of you that are watching that are of age like myself, don't let that hinder you, because Ashley's 23 years old. She's a brilliant woman, and she's being mentored by brilliant people, and so, don't let any of the things that you have to unlearn, all that you have learned in life, really, to be successful in this opportunity and in this solution, because, you have to just take out your role, your degrees. None of that matters in this. It really doesn't. You just have to follow the blueprint, and that's my strategy. And my other strategy is trust and communication. I trust her. Yes. I trust God. I trust the process. And I communicate all of my needs, my desires, my shortcomings. Like, hey, I'm not understanding this. And, you have phenomenal mentorship that says, hey, well, let me stop what I'm doing and help you. Oh, hey, here's a whole group of people going through the same thing, and I can so appreciate the strategy that works is really plugging in. That's the best strategy. If you don't stay plugged in, you will fail. You have to stay plugged in. It's almost like the Matrix. Stay plugged into the Matrix, because when you come out, you're lost. You're trying to do it all on your own. So, the blueprint just shows you that, iron sharpens iron, and so there's a slew of people who are watching you and helping you win, and so I, in the 6 months, have grown from knowing absolutely nothing, cannot read a single chart, to now teaching, mentoring, have my own group of people, amazing people, 30 people. It's insane, but it's because Ashley and our leadership, have they've done all the legwork for us. So don't try to come in and reinvent the wheel. Like, just follow the blueprint. Literally stay plugged in and communicate. And, it's been incredible. I can't wait to see what happens over the next 6 months. I really can't.
Yes. Actually, the same question. Since you've been in it, tell us, how long have you been in, and what one strategy, if any, was an aha moment or a turning point for you?
So I've been in this business for about a year and 2 months. That's how long I've been in. But, I stress that everybody has a start date and an activation date, right? So start date was a year and 2 months ago, but my activation date was about 7 months ago. And I say activation date because that's when you realize what this business has to offer. That's when you actually realize what you're a part of. And I think one of the main strategies, if this is a strategy, but one of the main strategies that I use that, has helped me be successful is just simply walking in the supernatural. Like myself, I am a woman of God as well. And it's just that when you realize that when you try to control the person that you think you are, you can no longer step into the person God wants you to be. So, DeAnna mentioned, plugging in and following the blueprint. That's simply actually leading blindly by faith, because you come into this, it's like a foreign language to you. So how can you trust somebody who you don't know from a grain of salt? Maybe,
Exactly.
Maybe sometimes your mentor may be younger than you, like our, situation here. Maybe you don't know your mentor. So you're literally walking blindly by faith. You're investing in an opportunity that you may know nothing about. So with that being said, it's that when you come into this, you have to walk in the supernatural, meaning you have to know that this will be success for you. That when someone says follow the blueprint, you have to follow it without questioning it. When someone says plug in, you have to plug in without making excuses. And that's how you're going to be successful. When you start to actually win more than you want to lose. 90% of the people, their will to lose is greater than their will to win, which is why people have excuses and doubt. and maybe it's in their self, in their business, or in their school, or whatever the case may be. But when you're walking in the supernatural, you have a greater will to win than to lose. So it's no more, what if I can't, maybe I won't. It's more, this will be and I will do it. So that's the main thing that's had me be successful, is that I don't question what I'm not supposed to question, because at the end of the day, I keep my, where I'm supposed to be. You're supposed to, they say that the people who live in the physical always only get physical results. And that's not what we do here in IM Academy. That's not what we try to create here. We try to create unphysical results, right? Supernatural results.
Yes.
We're creating 6 figures in 6 months. We're creating millionaire millennials. We're creating people who come in, don't know anything about this, and can still use this strategy, still use this tool to be successful. So that would be my number one thing. Just walk in the supernatural.
Amen. You just preached the whole sermon.
Do you see why she's my mentor and why I follow her?
She's right now.
Incredible.
It's so good.
She's so wise.
I just want to share a personal testimony with you, because we don't really know each other, but I follow. About 4 years ago, I had a sudden cardiac arrest, and I died on the living room floor. But God, I'm still here. And so I know He has given me a second chance at life. And so I don't take any day for granted. I am so thankful. And I know that the blessing of the Lord makes me rich and adds no sorrow. He has empowered me, meaning He has given me the tools. He has given me the wisdom and understanding to tap in. So I know that my feet are ordered by the Lord. And when DeAnna reached out to me, I knew this was the time. And like you said, a start date and an activation date, they're two different things. So I want to send out a plea to my personal friends, my business associates, and those that may be of retirement age. This is definitely a viable vehicle. If you are in business, now that we're in a global pandemic, business has come to a halt. It has really stopped. So people have lost their jobs. They've lost their source of income. Unemployment has really ran out. Security is not secure. So it's like, what are we going to do? What will you become? So this is an opportunity for those that may be listening, maybe having questions, doubts, maybe unbelief, to at least give it another chance. Look and listen, and then watch the results. I've only been in it for 6 weeks, but the results speak for themselves. And so now I am supplementing my income, because I was laid off from my job. And so I was like, I'm not trying to get out there and get exposed to something. I want to work from home.
Right.
A business owner. So it's like, I can't really do my business right now because of this pandemic.
Right.
So this is a perfect opportunity. It is a business solution. If there's a problem, here's God giving us a solution. Dropped it right in our laps.
That's right. And and the icing on the cake is, because IML is so divine, we have a 7-day money back guarantee. So what do you have to lose? If on the 6th day, you're not making money, you're not feeling it, guess what? You deactivate, you get your money back. So there's absolutely no reason not to at least give it a try. Put your, like Ashley said, blind faith. Just put your foot forward, because as Rachelle said, it is a solution to many, many problems. And the one problem I'm seeing is that most people of color, there's so much fear and doubt behind investments, right? They think it's such a high risk, but the risk to me is believing you're going to have a pension in retirement. That's a major, major risk. The risk is believing the government's going to take care of you. The risk is believing there's going to be something there for you in 20 years, because there's not even in maybe 2 years, and so you have to take your financial freedom into your own hands and do what's best for you, your family, and the generation to come. And so I can appreciate what we're learning at the IML Academy, but behind Forex and cryptocurrency trading and all things binary options that we're learning, because they're all streams. They all have their own streams, So we have 11 streams in the elite package, so you can be making money from a text message, from Bitcoin, all these different strategies. So at least tap in and see what it's about, because you not taking the first step, you know, are holding back yourself, your family, and the potential of being a six-figure earner.
You know, you just said a mouthful right there. And how we can implement generational wealth, because I've invited my son to be a part of it. I'm working on my daughter and my youngest son, who is 20, because they already have the mindset of entrepreneurial. They've seen their mother. You know, I've hustled for 20 years. I've had a regular job. I've always had a sideline. And so now God is saying, look at what I put in front of you. Take it by the reins. Don't be afraid. Fear is not in my vocabulary. So the things that we have learned and the mindset, it has allowed me to just kind of shift. There's a major shift that has happened since the pandemic. I'm actually very grateful for the shift, because now I've moved out the distractions. I'm focused on what it is that's in front of me, and I want to take it by the reins. I'm being very bullish, and I'm running through. So Ashley, this opportunity is for everyone. How do we invite others to come alongside us and lock arms?
Well, I mean, I would say that, like you said, it's for everyone, but not anyone. Meaning that, you know, what I mean by that is that, you know, this opportunity, like you said, entrepreneurship, for the people who have experienced that, it's not the easiest thing. You know, it's not the easiest thing, because you don't have a safety net, right? When you work a job, when you do anything else, you have a safety net, meaning you have something to fall back on. Now, the most phenomenal people in this world who have made a name for themselves, or, you know, made a mark for themselves, they lived their life off strictly no safety net. They didn't have something to fall back on. When you think of Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, or, you know, the owner of Internet Explorer, you know, even people who are, you know, philanthropists like Martin Luther King, you know, people who have made a mark on this world have a safety net. So when you think about entrepreneurship, you have to realize that you maybe will fall down on your back, but you have a team to get you back up, right? You maybe will experience losses, but you do know that those losses are just lessons to get you to the next level. So it's like, you can't live life with a safety net, with something to fall back on, because you will always stay comfortable. And the thing I love about this business is that you have people, we've created a space for ourselves, that we have people that are trying to push you out your comfort zone, right? They want you to be more successful than them. And I always say this at every single time I speak. Most people in this world want to see you successful, but not as successful as them, right? This is why that most people show up to your funeral than your birthday, because they rather see you lay on your back than stand on your feet. So when you come in this opportunity, you have people who are pushing you to the next level, right? Mentorship, mentees, teams who are trying to see you be successful, because they realize that their success, your success, can outweigh theirs, and it doesn't hinder them, because they're still working on their success. So I would say, for anyone who sees themselves, right, we have 114 days to the end of the year, right? You know, if you're somebody that you like success, you like helping other people, you like making an impact while making income, you want to be able to take a chance on yourself, you have to realize that the most successful people do things that they are fearful of, because on the other side of fear is success. And when you stay on the left side of fear, you will never know. Like, for me, my biggest regret is to not do something, right? To be the unknown. That would be the biggest regret anybody has in life. Like DeAnna said, we have a 7-day back guarantee. But the thing is, the truth is, you can't pick up a skill. First of all, it takes 21 days to create a habit. So I wouldn't even tell people 7 days. You have to give it 21 days minimum. But it really takes 90 days to only not create a habit, but pick up a skill. So you actually have to give it 90 days. And I would say is that you have a support system, you have mentorship, you have guidance, you have a space here that we are really trying to push you to success. And, you know, for talking about people of color, you have to realize that everything that's going on in the world, you have to look at as a bigger picture. The reason why we're having so much for people of color, especially my African Americans, is because we never had a seat at the table. We never had a seat at the table. At one part of time, we were the table, right? When you think of, you know, slavery, we never had a seat at the table. So the only thing that's going to make us have a seat at the table is capital. That's the only thing. When we have capital, when we can buy back the blocks, when we can invest in ourselves, when we can make things for ourselves, that's what's going to make us have a seat at the table. And that's when we're going to start making change. So if you don't want to make a change for yourself, think of your community, think of your kids, your future kids. And that's what I'll say, that, you know, people who do things with their self in mind don't make it far. But if you do things with others in mind, your why, your community, your children, you will see more change in yourself, in your life, right? There's 7 billion people in the world. Can't just be about you. It can't. That's what I would say. It can't.
Absolutely. DeAnna, do you have any, you know, three takeaways for any of our listeners?
3 takeaways. You know, I guess the number one takeaway, if not you, then who? Who's going to be the one to take your family to the next level? Who's going to be the one to buy back the buck, like Ashley said? Who's going to be the one? We all have dreams, right? And we're all, what I appreciate about all of us in IML is that we are thinking about the next person, the next generation, you know? And so we all have someone in our life that we want to see excel. We all have that child that we want to see them grow and educate and have college, or somebody may even have enormous medical bills. We don't know, you know what I mean? So think about the needs of others, you know, and if nothing else, like Ashley said, give yourself 90 days, hop in, at least learn this Ivy League skill that generally takes 10,000 hours to learn. IML has an amazing accelerated course. There's teachers literally every hour on the hour teaching something, you know, so you learn strategy, you learn mindset, you learn, you know, chart analysis, you learn all these things I never even knew that I could even do, but give it over to God. You know what I mean? I truly believe this is a very, very divine solution. I don't believe anything else but the power of God moving through all these people, all these mentors, all of these apps, they're all here for you to win. And so if nothing else, the takeaway is get outside of yourself and think about the child next to you, the mother next to you, the parent next to you, that neighbor next to you. You know, the idea of generational wealth is very, very real here. It's very real here. So I would at least say, make that your forefront and at least give it an opportunity to work for you. Number 2 is get in contact with us. Let's have a conversation. Absolutely. Maybe you don't want to be, you know, on social media talking about it. You can reach out to us personally. You know, we're all here to talk with you about it and help you understand how you're going to learn how to trade, how long it'll take for you to study. Those questions are very real. People have questions about taxes, all these things. We are here to answer it. You can go to bit.ly/I'm rich in the letter N refined. That's a little application. You want to just fill that out. One of us to get back to you. You can find Ashley on Instagram. She's incredible. In response to Ashley, you can give them your IG. Find me on IG. My name, just DeAnna DuPree. Our group, our team is called RichNRefined. You can find us on IG. There's tons of ways to communicate. Okay, we are open and ready. 24 hours a day. You know, we're like team no sleep over here. Okay, we all have, this is Sacrifice September. We're all sacrificing sleep this month to make sure that we reach out and impact the lives of 1 million people globally, period. That's what we want. And I would say, do your research. Look up these names: David Imonitie, Matt Rosa, Alex Morton, Bob Proctor, Chris Terry, Noel Trimble, Ariel Martin. I can go on. These people are our mentors. These people are our mentors, okay? You have access to these amazing, incredible beings that are moving the world, right? And they're changing countries, you know what I mean? They're building wealth in countries that third world, you know? And so look up Forbes. We're in Forbes too. Like, do your research. I dare you to. And I dare you not to be impressed by the people that we have amongst us that are going to be able to teach you, coach you, mentor you, and help you understand how to move in this market. It's bigger than Forex. I'm telling you, when you start trading, you see the bigger picture of what you can access with the capital.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Those are my 2 takeaways. I don't need 3, just those 2.
Those 2.
You know?
Ashley, do you have any takeaways for our listeners?
I would say, like, a takeaway is just, you know, go to the source, right? Like DeAnna said, do your research, but the research starts with the source, the people who are actually in the business, right? You have 2 lovely ladies here who are in the business, who are willing to not only implant seeds for you, but to give you the information you need. So that's the first thing, you know. Information is free. Now it's your choice to be receptive from the information and make the next step. But I'll always just say, start with information, because information is free. Hop on a call with someone and, you know, ask yourself, right? are you in a position that you would turn down an amazing opportunity for yourself or for your family, right? Always think with somebody else in the mind. Like I said, like DeAnna said, I don't need 3, that'll be 2. You know, the second question is just really, it's really crucial because most people in this world don't think deeper than the actual surface, meaning they don't ask themselves, hey, where do I want to be in 115 days? And can I make it possible, right? You know, I always say that God puts things in, he doesn't put anything in front of us that we can't touch or access. So when you think of those nice islands, when you think of people having businesses, driving nice cars, whatever the case may be, whatever success looks like for you, because success looks different for everybody. God does not put that in front of us so people can deny it. So if you're one of those people who have not touched it, you know, for me, my why is my mom, because she put me in a position for me to even be here. And I'm thinking there's islands that she has not seen, smelled, touched. So my work is not even close to being done because we can touch it because it's there to access it. So I would say, ask yourself those questions and then hit up one of these lovely ladies or myself to just be receptive of information.
Wow, wow, wow. Those were real gems. I mean, you just put your hands out to catch them, just like the pips. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today live on Inspired by Love. I hope you were inspired. I hope you were taking notes because note takers are money makers.
Money makers.
I will see you at the top because it's way too crowded at the bottom. Rich and Refine is the name of the group. You can find us on Instagram, Rich, and the letter N, Refine. And I'm going to leave you with this. Be inspired by love. Bye now.
Thank you for tuning in to Inspired by Love. Join us every Wednesday for the juice to be inspired. Like, follow, and share this podcast. Be sure to leave a positive rating.